Hey guys, John here. Now, a little bit earlier today on the John Campea Show, we talked about the news that it looks like Ryan Hurst, the actor who was going to play Kratos until he tore his bicep, may be replaced by Dave Bautista. They're said they're at least in talks with them. Now, we already gave our thoughts about what we thought about it, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to see what other people think about the possibility of Dave Bautista playing Kratos. So I asked you guys to send me some links, and let's take a look at them.
Well, it looks like Dave Bautista is officially going to be our live-action Kratos. So yeah.
Okay, just got to pause right there. Just to be clear, he is not officially our Kratos. I mean, he is in talks. And, you know, somebody was asking me on the John Campea Show earlier today, what does in talks mean? In talks generally means that the studio's decided, we want you in our movie. And the actor has decided, yes, I want to be in the movie. So there, they agree. In talks normally means now they're trying to figure out the actual deal. So it is a 90% chance at this point that Dave Bautista will be our Kratos. But just to be clear, as of right now, he is not officially our new Kratos yet. It just looks like that's the way it's going.
Guys, if you guys aren't following any news on this God of War live action show, you would not know that Ryan Hurst actually got hurt last week and he's not going to be playing Kratos anymore.
Yeah, can I just reemphasize again how heartbroken I was to hear about that for Ryan Hurst? Because I love Ryan Hurst. First of all, I loved him in Sons of Anarchy. He was so good in that. He's really good in the new Odyssey movie. And I've always said, if you want to tell if an actor's a good actor or not, watch them in something crappy. And I can't remember the name of it. I'll bring up an image or something. But Hurst was one of the stars of that TV show about hill people. It wasn't very good, but he was really good in it, and it just kind of breaks my heart that he's not going to be able to play Kratos.
Now, they were already 4 episodes into filming, which is just insane. Like, over halfway done with the season when Ryan Hurst got hurt. Now, I don't know if they're scrapping the 4 episodes and redoing it all, or just keeping the story continuing there with Kratos.
From what I understand, and I could be wrong about this, they are going to reshoot the 4 episodes. I mean, I think they could, personally, I think they could get away with just keeping the 4 episodes and then just saying, hey, like the role of Kratos is now being played by Dave Bautista or whoever else. I think they could get away with that, but I think they're going to just reshoot all 4 episodes. At least that's my understanding right now. I could be wrong.
Kratos as Dave Bautista or Dave Bautista as Kratos. But honestly, I like this. I like Dave Bautista as Kratos. I think he would be a badass Kratos. He plays a badass bald dude. Dave Bautista's a fantastic actor, but
well, I mean, since he's bald, right? Nobody else could shave their heads.
Drax I wasn't the biggest fan. I'm not gonna lie. He turned into kind of a dumbass. But if Dave Bautista can get this voice right and actually nail this role.
By the way, he's right. Drax went from a fearsome warrior in the first Guardians to kind of just a lovable dimwit by the last one. But that's not Dave Bautista's performance. Like, that's just how they wrote it. So that's not Dave's fault.
I'm so down for this.
Yeah, I agree. I am also very down for this. Again, my heart breaks for Ryan Hurst. I do wish it would be Ryan Hurst, but I gotta say, if it can't be Ryan Hurst, I mean, Dave Bautista is as good as pick as any.
Gang, Dave Bautista might be playing Kratos. Hold up, Dave Bautista?
Again,
you talking about
Drax?
Yeah. Hold up, you mean WWE champion and future Hall of Famer Dave Bautista?
Okay, you wanna know what's funny? And this isn't meant as a look how old Dave Bautista is, but I almost forget sometimes that the reason we know Dave Bautista is because it's like, it feels like it was a lifetime ago that he was a professional. Like with John Cena, he was just wrestling recently, right? So like you kind of feel that. Cody Rhodes, who's coming up in the new Street Fighter, like he is currently wrestling. Dave Bautista, you would be like, it's been so long that you sometimes forget that he was a professional wrestler, and a very good one at that, by the way.
Yes, how many times I gotta say it? Yes. I'm not gonna lie, dog. I've been enjoying this trend of WWE superstars turning into actors, man. And between him and John Cena, they have blown it out of the water.
You know what? I never thought John Cena would turn out to be much as an actor, but man, and I don't know if he would ever do well in dramatic roles, but he's got really good natural comedic timing, and I have come to really enjoy him. And you know what's funny? With him and Dave Bautista both having worked with James Gunn, it was once both of them got into the hands of James Gunn on Guardians, John Cena in Peacemaker, although John Cena was showing some promise before Peacemaker, but James Gunn is just such a director that he can hide your let's say, weaknesses. He can hide your weaknesses as an actor, not expose your weaknesses, and really highlight your strengths. And I think that's what really propelled Dave Bautista up, and I think you really saw that come into effect when he worked with John Cena. So, I mean, if more WWE guys can do stuff like that, that could be promising. Again, I don't know if Cody Rhodes is going to be any good. Like, I saw him in that Naked Gun movie, and I thought he was pretty stiff, but I mean, we'll see how he does in Street Fighter.
You know what, man? I agree with you. And although it's a little bittersweet because I know we're probably not going to get another Guardians of the Galaxy movie, it's always good to see Dave Bautista in front of the big screen, man.
Yeah, don't forget, Dave Bautista, while they did come back and do Guardians 3, Bautista said he's pretty much done doing anything with Marvel, so we're probably never going to... I would love to see him as Drax again, especially in another Christmas special, but I don't think we're going to see him as Drax again.
That's true. But although I know some people go hate and be like, oh, he's taking an opportunity from an up-and-coming actor, Dave Bautista, I feel like...
Okay, I'm so glad who's this? This is Mr. Legendary brought that up. I've heard the same thing, but not just about Dave Bautista in this situation, but in others, like a well-known or a popular actor gets cast in a role, and inevitably somewhere in the discussion, someone will say, you know, they're just taking away an opportunity for a young up-and-comer. So wait a minute. You're saying if you work hard and become successful, you should be punished by not getting roles anymore. Like, to me, that's ridiculous. It's like, does anybody go to SGA on the Oklahoma City Thunder and say, you know, putting SGA in the lineup, that's just taking away an opportunity for a young up-and-comer? Nobody would say that. Is anybody going to go to LeBron James and go, oh, you know, having LeBron James in the lineup tonight is just taking away an opportunity for a young up-and-comer? No, because you would be branded an idiot for saying something like that. Don't get me wrong. There is room and there are roles and there should be roles for young up-and-coming new faces. Yes, but just because you're successful and you've grown and developed your craft and become good, that you should then be punished. Oh, no, you're disqualified because you've succeeded. To me, that's just one of the dumbest things anybody can ever say.
Dave Bautista is currently in talks to play Kratos in the God of War series. Wow. It almost feels like one of those...
That was my reaction too, wow.
Reality. Dave Bautista's name has been talked about for decades when people were casting a live-action Kratos. After Ryan Hurst unfortunately had to be recast...
I don't know if I'd say that his name's been out there for decades, but I mean, it is true that in terms of fan casting, whenever discussions about who could play Kratos came up, at least on our channel, every time, whether it was number 1, number 2, number 5, number 6, whatever, Dave Bautista's name would always come up. I mean, it does seem like a straightforward, especially as a backup plan, right? Like they went with Ryan Hurst, the lesser known name, but super talented actor. That's fine. But if he goes down, why not go out and get one of the fan favorites and a guy who's a really good actor and could pull it off too?
Due to him having a bicep tear, I don't know how to feel. One thing, Dave Bautista has a really commanding presence. He obviously has the stature. I think he can actually carry and portray the unique, vulnerable nature that Kratos has really well. Bautista is an actor who I think...
You know, I've said this before too. One of the other things, now, Dave Bautista may not be an Academy Award potential nominee, okay? I'm not saying he is, but he's grown a lot as an actor. And one of the advantages of the Kratos role is, if you've played the God of War games, he doesn't talk a lot, right? And he normally talks very monotone. And boy, I mean, if he and Ronald D. Moore, the showrunner, and the directors they get to work on the show, if they can work with Dave and find that tone and get Dave to really zone in on that tone, yeah, maybe he's not a future Oscar winner, but he could absolutely carry it. And this is the kind of role that you could really highlight his strengths.
His genuine range. And he's able to be vulnerable. He's able to dominate screens. Able to do what he did in the Dune movies, but also...
The Dune movie is a great example. I forgot all about the Dune movie is a great example.
Able to do what he did in Knock at the Cabin, be softer. He can do sorrow. He can do deep emotional agony and pain and be reflective. Also,
yeah, and again, I'm certainly not saying that he is the actor's actor. I'm not saying that, and I don't think he would ever say that, but he has come a long way. And with the right director and in the right volume, you can get a lot out of him. And I think a character like Kratos is one that he could really show off his stuff.
God of War live action series may have just been saved because as of just 2 hours.
I don't know. I say it's been saved as if it was in complete, utter danger of falling apart. But I mean, it is a good step in the right direction that they may have actually found their new guy.
Ago, it has been announced they may have found a replacement for Ryan Hurst after he tore his bicep, and the one to replace him would be Dave Bautista. Now, to some people, this might be coming as a little bit of a surprise, but what if I told you they actually foreshadowed this?
Now, I should point out that this is a TikTok user by the name of Pinoy Pins, which is Filipino. So it's not a total shock to hear a Filipino get excited about the potential of a Filipino Dave Bautista possibly taking over the role. But I'm excited about it too, so that's fine.
Decision 4 years ago during the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Oh, this is the God of War line, right?
Picture with the God of War.
All jokes aside, I think Dave Bautista would be a fantastic fit for this role. The only problem, and a lot of people are thinking the same thing, is that as of late, he shed a lot of that muscle for it.
He has. I mean, and I've brought that up too. Now, this picture, which is like the big popular picture to put around, like he is bigger than that now. Like when you go and look at some of the recent things he's done, including things like Wrecking Crew and stuff like that, he's clearly not the same size he used to be. And I admit that is also one of my little apprehensions about it, is that it's one thing for you to repack, like lean down and then repack on muscle and then lean down and repack on muscle when you're in your 40s. Dave's in his 50s now. But now he's got a body who genetically knows how to carry the weight. But I just wonder if, like, the time between now and when they need to start rolling cameras again on God of War, can he get into that shape? And if not, is the audience going to be okay with a good performance with a big guy who's clearly in very good shape, just not Kratos shape? Like, is the audience, I'll be okay with that as long as the acting is good and as long as they portray it right. But I just wonder if the regular audience is going to be okay with that too.
Former wrestler Dave Bautista wants to play as Kratos in the new God of War TV series. Are you kidding me? That is worse than hearing Mark Wahlberg wanted to play as Captain Price.
Okay, so not everybody is and that's okay. We shouldn't expect that everybody would like the casting idea, but apparently we got somebody here who really does not like the idea of Dave Bautista being our Kratos.
Freaking Call of Duty movie that's coming out. Stay away. Listen, I love Bautista in his role, you know, in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. He is a good actor. I'm not saying that. But if we're talking about Kratos, he will not even be a thought in my mind.
Really?
There's also rumors that saying Jason Momoa.
See, it's funny that she would say not even a thought in her mind, and nothing wrong with that. I'm saying it's interesting because, like I said, in most discussions that have gone on about Kratos, Dave Bautista's name is usually 100% of the time in the discussion, and usually, if not at the top, then like right around the top.
Momoa wants to play as Kratos. We're not just picking any old random big guy out of the hat. And freaking Bautista's not even big no more. And he's too old. I mean, Kratos is old, but
I wouldn't say Dave Bautista's too old. Like she just pointed out herself, Kratos is older once we get to Ragnarok. So I think his age is perfectly fine.
You know, Kratos, he still got it. All I'm saying, if you had to open up your horizons and kind of do an open call to let, you know, other new actors come in to find Kratos, then do it. Because Kratos is the kind of character that is a very powerful character, and you can't really pick unserious looking actors, you know.
I don't know that I'd call Dave Bautista an unserious looking actor. I mean, to be fair, yeah, a lot of his more popular roles have had a comedic edge to it, right? Like whether it was that terrible Uber movie he did with Kumail Nanjiani, or whether it's playing Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, I get that. But did you see him in Blade Runner 2049? Like that's a pretty serious, heavy role. Or I keep forgetting the name of the one, Knock at the Cabin. I think it was called Knock on the Cabin. I might be misnaming the movie, but you know the movie I'm talking about. Or when he was in the not great James Bond movie, but I get it. If all you know Dave Bautista from is the comedic roles that he's played, I could understand this point of view about maybe you see him and you just see a guy who's going to try to be funny as Kratos. But if you've seen some of his other things, you know he can be, and his wrestling, he can be quite serious, I think.
To play as Kratos. Even though Bautista plays his character in Guardians of the Galaxy very well, he's not the kind of actor that I would personally believe that pull off Kratos. I mean, Kratos is very serious.
So you know what? I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt here. My guess here is that all those movies I just listed are probably ones she hasn't seen. And again, to be fair, I think if you haven't seen those movies, it's totally understandable that you'd have her point of view that, oh, maybe he's just the big guy who's funny, yuck, yuck. But I think if she had seen those other films, now it doesn't mean she would then suddenly think he's great for the role. But I think if she saw those other films, if she still didn't like him for the role, I don't think it would be because he can't be serious, because Bautista has shown he can be really serious. All right, guys. Thank you to everybody who sent me these links, and thanks for joining me for this. If you guys have another news story or a big topic that comes along that you would like me to take a look at what other people think, make sure you leave a thought for that down in the comments. My name's John Campea, and until next time, my friends, bye-bye.